Hello everybody, welcome to Making Chelsea Stand Proud. If you are somebody who's watched the series to date, or even if you are somebody that is joining us for the first time and you enjoyed today's video, either way, then please leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. It is a big help on you here on YouTube, and 95% of the people that watch my videos haven't subscribed, so please do so and leave me that big thumbs up. Today we have two very important games on the episode. Run the credits. Hello and welcome to episode 34 of Making Chelsea Stand Proud. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have two games for you. First of all, in the Premier League, at home against Manchester City. We beat them on the first day of the season, which means we're coming around halfway in our season, but it also means that we meet that goal machine. Earling Haarland didn't do anything against us last time out. Let's hope he doesn't do anything against us again this time out. As I say, we beat them on the opening day of the season, and if you look at the table, which we will do in a wee bit, we still remain the only team to have beaten them yet this season. Can we be the only team not only to beat them this season, but to do the double over them? As we're the only side to have beaten them in the first half, it's a fairly good chance we're the only team that possibly could do that. The other game on the episode today is against Chesterfield in the Vanarama National League at the FA Cup 4th round. Interestingly, if you are somebody who watched my other series, Buxton, in the To Be A Legend series, we've also drawn Chesterfield in the FA Trophy. So that's coming up on that particular series as well. But since you were last with us, we have played a couple of games. Let's go and have a look. In fact, before we do that, let's have a look at the transfers, because the transfers, you'll see, 7th of February in game. Transfer window has slammed shut. We didn't bring anybody in, as was expected, really, because we have no money to bring anybody in. So anybody that would improve the team by any chalk of the imagination was going to cost silly money, and just didn't have the money. The board took the money away from me before we even got into the transfer window, which was not very nice. I'm not sure who's gone since you were last with us, but we'll just run through the last few that went out. Joe Hay has gone to Norwich, 1.1 million. Dennis Rattery to Swindon Town on loan. Leo Castledine to Birmingham, also on loan. And Trevor Shalabar has gone to Manchester United on loan. And if my memory serves me right, that possibly is a deal to buy him at the end of the loan period, or at least they've got an option to buy him at the end of the loan period. So 92 million spent, 63 million has gone out in money coming in. So I make that a balance of somewhere about 29 million. 9 is 72. Yeah, 29 million loss on that. And as you see, finance wise, we have 3 million to spend. We are just slightly underspent on on wages, but overall 147 million in the red. Not good. Currently this season, 54 million pounds lost. So there we are. Right, we continue to lose money. 4 million this month. I'm not quite sure where it's going. Something isn't quite right somewhere, but not my bother. My bother is to make sure the team keep winning. And as you'll see, since we lost to Newcastle in the EFL semi-final first leg, we haven't lost. But the other thing to note is since we drew 1-1 with Southampton, we have gone 3, 6, 7, 8 games in the Premier League unbeaten. And that has shored us up near the top of the table after we started to drop away a little bit, started to get a bit poor and started to get a bit despondent as well. But we seem to have turned it around somewhat just lately. Since you were last with us, Brentford-Brighton in the last episode, a 5-3 win against Brentford. 3-0 against Brighton. We had an 8-0, yes, 8-0 win against Watford. We absolutely trounced them. Kai Havertz, I'm not sure what was happening there. He scored 6 goals, 16 minutes with a penalty to round off his hat-trick. And then he did a double hat-trick after 33 minutes. He'd scored 6 goals. 6, 9, 16 from the penalty spot, 17, 30 and 33. He had a absolutely stonking game. Unsurprisingly, scored a 10. Having said that, 3 of those were assists from Callum Hudson-Odoi, who also had a stonking game. The 2 of them combined really, really well. So that was the sum total of the Watford game. And then we had another home game, this time against Wolves. A little bit of a after the Lord Mayor show, but still managed to win 2-0. The other factor is Kai Havertz is on the score sheet again, so 7 in 2 games, 9 in 3 games now. So he's absolutely chunking away. But the other point to be is Kepa's been in goal since Mendy was demoted. And as you'll see, he's kept 3 clean sheets, and Mendy is whinging and whining about he should be in the team. I don't think so, my mate. As you will see, oh no, it was Kepa let in 3 there. Still Kepa. In fact, Kepa's had a decent run. Anyway, needless to say, Mendy's out of favour at the moment, and we will be looking for a new goalkeeper in the summer for sure. Right, that brings us round to today's games. We will have a quick look at the table, because all that means lots of things. Because Liverpool have lost their game in hand. They still got a game in hand, but they lost their original game in hand to Tottenham. 1-0 win to Tottenham, which means they've dropped behind us. We are now in second place. And as you'll see, we are on a similar sort of vein of form to Manchester City. I guess a draw would be the obvious outcome of the next match. But something's got to give by the looks of it. And let's hope it's not us that's doing the giving. But it would be fine. We're 11 points behind Manchester City. It would be great to actually close that gap down to 8 points by the end of this game. But as I say, Liverpool now with the game in hand have 52 points, which 3 on that still makes them 2 points behind us. As it currently stands. And obviously, if we can get that win as well, that would be even stupendous. So it's Chelsea in second, Liverpool third, as I say, on 52. Then come Arsenal on 49, Tottenham on 49. Then there's a 9-point gap down to Norwich in 6th, Leicester 7th on 39 points. And Southampton languishing just outside the European places on 36 points. So we're quite considerably clear of them at the moment, 21 points clear of them to be precise. So we're doing okay. Just for consistency's sake, Brentford, Wolves and Crystal Palace are in the drop zone currently. Right, that means only one thing. It has come round to the time when we need to face reality and face goal machine Earling Haarland. We have a mini goal machine of our own. Can he do the business today? And here is the side that will face Manchester City in this top of the table clash. First playing second, it's Kepa in goal, Chilwell, Rice, Fofana and James. Our defensive line, Jorginho and Kovacic in front of them. Pulisic, Mount and Otavio are behind. Havertz up front, who continues his good form, hopefully today. On the bench, Mendy, Azpilicueta, Hudson-Odoi, Aubameyang, who... just for reference, has actually been put back into the Premier League and the Champions League squads with, I think it's Shalabar having gone out, created a space in the squad, and Aubameyang has taken that. So he's back in the squad for the rest of the season. Koulibaly, Torreira, Broja, Cucurella and Kante. So a bang and bang in basically for Barbarella. Sorry, Barbosa, not Barbarella. Something completely different. And this is how the two sides line up. We are adopting our normal formation, albeit version 2 of it. They are playing a 4-3-3 with Rodri as a defensive midfielder. De Bruyne and Gudunjan, I can never pronounce his name, Gudunjan, in midfield with Felix and Silva as the wide players. And that man, that goal machine, Haarland up front. Let's see if we can combat him. Let's get underway. An early highlight, 5 minutes on the clock. James with a throw in to Otavio. Otavio crosses it in. It's cut out by the defence, but we get there. Pulisic! 4th goal of the season for Christian Pulisic. 1-0 up after 6 minutes. And it was, we'll see it again. James, Otavio. Otavio crossed it in. It was Rodrigo headed it for João Felix, who headed it back into the path of Jorginho. And lovely teed up Pulisic. And we go 1 in front after 6 minutes. Corner now. Mount with the corner. Crosses it in. It's just gone over the top from Fofana. Bernardo with a corner. Swings it in deep. It's gone over the top though. And a goal kick. Not many highlights, but that's the way I like it, especially as we're 1-0 up. Christian Pulisic after 6 minutes. Reece James picking up a booking after 24. But so far, it's, I will say, even Stevens' first half. We've had 6 shots, just that 1 on target, a 0.53 on the XG. 39% of the possession. That's where Manchester City are good. They've had 4 shots, 1 on target. For a long while, it was 0. And then 1, but nothing on target. And yeah, 0.36. So we are okay, but we need not to let up in the second half. And Laporte has a free kick on 52 minutes. Castagna to Rodrigo, De Bruyne, Ruben. This is, don't like it. I don't like it at all. Bernard Silva, Gudunjan. And that goal machine is at it again. 54th goal of the season. I was wondering how many he'd scored. I know now. 54, and they are level after 53 minutes. Once that ball comes through, there is no ifs, buts, or maybes where that's going. Mason Mount with a free kick on that far side. Swings it in. It's headed clear. Castagna heads it out, but James is there looking for Otavio. Otavio back to James. James comes forward, finds Otavio again. Otavio crosses it in. Pulisic, he's 2nd of the game, 5th goal of the season. And, well, nothing else. We are giving them a game. A lovely cross by Otavio. Otavio and James working very well. Otavio just getting himself back on side for the return ball. Fires it across the 6-yard box. Defenders very reluctant to touch it. Pulisic does and puts it in the back of the net. Mind you, they have a free kick. De Bruyne over it. And he's dangerous from free kicks, as we well know. He's having a go from distance, but it's gone over the top. 70 minutes on the clock. We have a throw in. James to Otavio. Otavio finds Mount. Mount crosses it in the box, and Jorginho is there and puts it away with 3-1 up against Manchester City. It is 71 minutes on the clock, and I'm just going to pause it because not only am I very excited, just to tell you, they are that worried they've taken the goal machine off and they've brought Grealish on instead. What are they doing? The man has scored 54 goals and they've taken him off. He's either that or he's injured. He's not damaged us quite so much. Scored that 1 goal against us. But this is just absolutely stupendous. James to Otavio. They've worked really well today. Mount gets into a position. Again, across that 6-yard box. 3 players there waiting for it. Defenders can't do anything. It's in the back of the net. And we go 3-1 up. 75 minutes on the clock. Kepa to Rice. We've made one change. We brought Kante on for Kovacic. I haven't shown you the changes like I normally do. Not quite sure why. I was busy just doing them. Otavio back to James. Another goal now will finish it off. Pulisic, he's lost the ball, but Jorginho's there from distance, and it's just over the top. I thought that was it. Ederson to Stones. Stones finds Laporte. Stones. They come forward. James underneath that one. Otavio back to James. Finds Otavio again. These two have worked really well together on that right wing. James back to Otavio. Flicks it in. Mount. I can't see the referee, and I think we've got it. 4-1. The referee's back in the centre circle. It is 4-1, boys and girls, with 78 minutes on the clock. We have done a job on the league leaders, and we are going to be the only team to get the double over them this season. What a result. Chilwell back to Kepa, goes forward. Looking to win that ball, and that thing, midfield has been winning that ball. It's gone out wide. Foden is there, crosses it in for Fana, heads it clear. Goes out as far as good Gudgeon. Godahan. Pulisic comes forward now. He's got Havertz free. Havertz hasn't done a lot today. Otavio's had a great game. And Mount 5-1. Boys and girls, this is just, well, I don't know what to say. I'm lost. I thought this was going to be such a tight match, and it hasn't. Mount just, oh, wow. 5-1 after 80 minutes. I think we can do some changes now without worry. 4-goal cushion. They're going to have to do something special to get 4 goals back. And you join us with 81, nearly 82 minutes on the clock. We have made pretty much all our rest of our changes. That one change that we'd made earlier with Kovacic coming off for Kante. But since then, we have brought our usual wide-sided defenders off. Cucurella is on for Chilwell. Azpilicueta is on for Reece James on the right-hand side. It's unfortunate because James has had such a good game today, albeit his rating doesn't really show it, but he's worked really well with Otavio today. Otavio's had an outstanding game. I've left him in on the right-hand side because he's been doing so well. Havertz has dropped into the attacking playmaker role. Aubameyang comes in up front, and Hudson-Odoi has come in on the left-hand side in place of Christian Pulisic, who is also very tired, but he has also had a fantastic game today. I did say Mason Mount has come off as well. So it's Mason Mount that has come off for Aubameyang. Aubameyang goes in up front. Havertz drops down into Mason Mount's position. And they are literally all because they are tired players. So with us 5-1 up, let's see how we end up. And we have a highlight with 90 minutes on the clock. It's Manchester City on the ascendant. It's João Felix, who we were looking at, has got one back for them, makes it 5-2, makes it look a little bit more better for them, but they're going to lose. And lovely goal, a curled goal from João Felix. And as I say, somebody we should have bought, but 151 million they paid for him. Highlight from kickoff, Aubameyang goes back. And Kante for Fana, back to Kante. Kante comes forward looking for Otavio. Otavio finds Aubameyang, who really should have got on the score sheet, but has forced a corner. 3rd minute of injury time. Manchester City with a free kick. Goes out wide to João Felix, but Azpilicueta's there. Jorginho, Hudson-Odoi, Havertz. Come forward, Otavio. Otavio holds the ball up for Azpilicueta. Finds Kante, who's gone on a bit of a run there. Can he cross the ball in? He's held the ball up. Otavio, who's had a fantastic game, has gone out for a corner. And Otavio looks like he's getting in position to take it. He is an out swinger. There it is. Kante's on the edge of the area. Otavio's in an offside position, leaves it. And it is the final score. It is 5-2 to Chelsea. I'll repeat that just in case you think you're dreaming. 5-2 to Chelsea. Christian Pulisic, 2 goals. Jorginho and Mason Mount with 2. 16 shots, 8 on target, half, 50%. I can't complain at that. And bearing in mind, we only had 38% of the possession, 3.43 on the XG. They had 12 shots, only 4 on target. I say only 4. They had 4 on target, 0.95, 62% of the possession. We've beaten them. And Earling Haarland got taken off on the 54th minute because it just wasn't happening for him today. Thankfully, that was the case. But we had a number of players that played really, really well, including Mason Mount, a player of the match performance, really. 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 key passes. Absolutely fantastic. I can't knock my side. And it also means we've put a dent in Manchester City's lead at the top. And this is how the table looks after those matches. Liverpool losing 4-1 to Manchester United, who have been well out of sorts. But Liverpool lost, which means our ground on them is down up to 8 points. I know they have a game in hand, but that will mean 5 points if they win that game in hand, which is absolutely fantastic. Consolidating second place. It also means that we've closed the gap on Manchester City to 8 points. It's not insurmountable that we could actually, if we carry on the form we're on, we could actually win the Premier League this season and knock Manchester City off their perch. That means other sides have got to beat them as well as us. And I don't know how easy that is. So as it stands at the minute, Manchester City top on 68, Chelsea second on 60. Then come Liverpool third on 52. Arsenal also on 52. Tottenham on 50. Norwich 41. Leicester 39. And Southampton on 39, just outside of the European places. So that's how it has ended after this round of games. Wow, I don't know. I need to draw a breath, I think, because next up is our FA Cup 4th round tie against a non-league side. In fact, it's the lowest side left in the FA Cup this season, Chesterfield, and we go and play them next. We are away at the Technique Stadium, and it's a big money spinner for Chesterfield. I'm pleased for them, but we do need to get a result and move into the next round. Just one other thing. We need to do the same to Manchester City at Wembley in the Carabao Cup final. That would be really good. And so the team that will face Chesterfield at their ground in the FA Cup 4th round, it's Kepa in goal, Cucurella, Eric Garcia, Fofana and Azpilicueta. Our defensive line, obviously the chance to rotate a little bit and give a few players a little bit of a rest. Rice and Kante in midfield with Anjorin making his debut. He's been playing extremely well in the under-18s and under-23s. Gets his chance. Havertz in the Mason Mount position of attacking playmaker. Hudson-Odoi out on the right. Brozier gets the nod up front, giving Havertz a little bit of a rest up front. So he drops down into there. On the bench today we have Mendy, Koulibaly, Kovacic, Barbosa, James, Loftus-Cheek, Aubameyang, Chilwell and Mount. What a bench that is to have. We look forward to seeing how Adrian gets on in his debut game. And this is how the two teams face off against one another. Very similar formations, if not the same. Tashmanga up front. Paul Cook, the manager, of course. Cooper, Clark and Baker Richards are their attacking midfield. Hughes and Diang are their midfield. Wingfield, Horton, Munoz and Williams are their defensive line. Isted is in goal. Cucurella with a throw in to Havertz. Cucurella Rice. And for some reason, our kit has sorted itself out. We seem to the first time have this yellow and blue shorts, which we don't seem to have seen very much this season. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Ball forward, cut out by Chesterfield. Rice steps in for that one, through to Brozier. Brozier, it's been blocked by the defender and goes out for a corner. Cucurella with the corner, an in-swinger. Swings it in for Fana, and it's goalkeeper saves it. It's gone out for another corner. Cucurella again. Low one this time to Garcia, but it's failed in the area. Kante curls one over the top. Free kick just outside the box. Havertz will take. And just wide. Goalkeeper sprawling for that one. Another free kick. Hudson-Odoi this time swings it in, and a penalty has been given. Push on Havertz. Havertz will take the penalty. 20 minutes on the clock. And he's put it away, and we go one up. But Chesterfield will be pleased. They've got 20 minutes without conceding. His 26th goal of the season for Havertz. Goalkeeper going the right way. Another free kick. Havertz very central this time. Can he do anything with this? And the goalkeeper has saved again. The goalkeeper doing a fantastic job for Chesterfield. Corner on that side. Cucurella, an in-swinger, looking for Fana, I'm guessing. No, Garcia this time. Cucurella pumps it back in. Had to do it very quickly. Kante, Fofana. Cucurella with a throw-in on this near side to Garcia. Fofana. Brozier. Kante. Kante looking for Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi comes forward. Brozier. Adngerin. And Brozier gets ahead to it. And Adngerin will get the assist. 2-0 after 32 minutes. Bit of a strange one, this one. Not fantastic form, but Adngerin doing the right thing. Defender flicks it up. Brozier just got there and headed it in. And half time comes. We've had 13 shots, 6 on target, 2.07. Chesterfield just had the one shot. It wasn't on target, and 0.01 on the XG. We've had 66% of the possession. In charge, yeah, I think so. Just about. Personally, a very good first half. First highlight of the second half, 62 minutes on the clock. Havertz with a free kick and over the top again. 73 minutes on, Kante and Fofana. Hudson-Odoi trying to get Brozier through, but didn't quite make the pass. And Chesterfield mounting an attack here. And it's looking dangerous. It's inside, and Jack Clark puts it away. His 5th goal of the season, and Chesterfield have reduced the deficit to 1 goal. And we look a bit lackluster on this. Good job we didn't play like this against Manchester City, wasn't it? And with 76 minutes on the clock, we have made 4 changes, all tired players. Wesley Fofana has come off, a Koulibaly on for him. Declan Rice has come off, and Reece James has come on for him. Koulibaly and James swapping positions in that central defence. So both central defenders changed. Actually, that's not true. Garcia was the other central defender, wasn't he? He's been replaced by Reece James. Declan Rice has been replaced by Kovacic, and Mason Mount is on for Kai Havertz. Williams with a throw-in for Chesterfield. A long ball forward, and Kepa falls on that one. Kepa rolls it out to Koulibaly. Koulibaly finds James, playing in an unusual central defensive role. Kante to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi looking for Brozier. Didn't find him. Cucurella will pick that ball up, though. And that ball forward was meant for, I think, Adjugant, but he didn't run for it. Kante now looks for Hudson-Odoi. Not there. Kante again. Back to James. Kante over the top for Brozier. He's hit it over the top. And another highlight straight away. Brozier wins it. Brozier comes forward. Still got the ball. And he's had a go. And it's very tame. Not what we expect of Brozier. 4 minutes of injury time. We're in the 3rd minute of it. Mount with a free kick from just outside the area. We've had loads of these today. And the goalkeeper getting to that one. It's gone out for a corner. Goalkeeper's been played exceptionally well in the Chesterfield goal. He's kept them in it. Mount with a corner then on that far side. Swings it in. James heads it on, but it's over the top. And he is all over. It's a very thin 2-1 win. Won't go down as one of our best games for sure. But nevertheless, we've done the business and we've managed to creep through against the lowest side left in the competition. We're going to have to play a lot better if we play some of the top teams, of course. But on this occasion, managed to get through 2-1. And it turns out that Jack Clark getting what was only a consolation goal after 74 minutes. 29 shots, 13 on target, 3.68. Should have put more of them away. 68% of the possession. They had 4 shots and 2 on target. Well, actually, I was going to move on because we haven't got a table to look at. And we're not going to do the draw for the 5th round. We're going to start the next episode with that one. So I'll leave you in a little bit of abeyance who we're going to get in the 5th round of the FA Cup, but we'll leave that for the next episode. Right, we'll come back and have a look at what our next episode is going to be. I think it's back to European football, actually. And there is the report that pretty much sums it up. Chelsea were almost embarrassed by Chesterfield in the FA Cup. 4th round match at the Technique Stadium. Outstanding attacking midfielder Kai Havertz gave Chelsea the lead with a powerful penalty in the bottom corner on 20th minute. Advanced forward Armando Brozier doubled the lead with a good header from just inside the 6-yard box. On 32 minutes, Jack Clark, Chesterfield's captain, 74th minute strike, proved the consolation goal. And yes, that's how it ended up. And one other notable fact, of course, was that we gave a debut to Adjugant, who played reasonably well, I have to say, for being on his debut. 10,300 at the Technique Stadium, so hopefully that's brought in a bit of money for Chesterfield, so I think they will be pleased with that. 120,000 we received for winning that FA Cup game. Right, let's have a look and see what we've got coming up next. In fact, it is back-to-back games at this stage of the proceedings. It's Leeds and Barcelona coming next. Our first leg of the Champions League round of 16. So we'll be hoping we can get a decent result against Barcelona in that one. If we can play as well as we did against Manchester City, who knows? Who knows? So that's what's coming up next. Ellen Road. We travel to for our next game against Leeds United. So that will come up first in the next episode. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of this and new series as they are released. And if you have really enjoyed today's episode, we've had some absolutely smacking results. New episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud are currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. And if you want to keep up to date what's happening on this channel and more, you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 35. It's out on Friday. Until then, goodbye.